Lots of players tell me, Linker, you keep saying the meta shifts, so how do I know if my current heroes I invest in are going to be relevant by the time I get them? And if you ask that, you're absolutely right. This happened in the past. Zolrath Burst, the Godcomp, even Thoran Cheese are all sets I talk about a lot, and a lot of people are behind on these sets since they didn't catch them in time. And this is especially relevant with all the recent releases. New Artifact, check it on Thoran by the way, Prince of Persia confirms, and 2 broken Overload heroes, the focus of this video. So here we'll look at them so you'll know how to make the right decisions ahead of time. So as we said, the biggest releases incoming are going to be Ainz and Albedo, both of which are going to be dimensionals. Now, most of my viewers are already aware of them, but if you haven't, definitely check out the link below for a video that I made on them explaining what they are and what they do and why are they so broken. I've even made a community post for this channel subscribers about how Tony, who is a Lilith employee, confirmed that one hero will be acquired via a special method. Read these messages and be the judge yourself. My current understanding is the other is going to be acquired via an easier than normal dimensional exchange. So of course now would be a good time to start saving those coins, but I digress. We overviewed both of these heroes on the channel and now we know that they're both broken. But how exactly are they going to shift the meta, and what exactly do you need to know that's changing to make your decisions better? So it's safe to assume Ainz is going to be seeing campaign usage, especially a multi-set campaign. And another influence is how it's also going to be an easy carry for newer players without a carry to acquire and rank up, really helping those early game players. But if you're familiar with the inner working of the game, you probably guessed it yourself, the biggest meta shift I'm going to talk about is in Albedo. Now you might be asking, Linker, Albedo is a situational support that probably always goes with Ainz. Like, how would she even shape multi-set meta? She's super straightforward, and to that, the more experienced viewers might already know the answer lies within her signature item. Now, if you don't think Albedo's signature item is broken and it's the biggest meta shift in this patch, then this video I'm definitely gonna make the case and quickly explain what it does and then explain what is gonna be the shift that it introduced. So for those of you that don't remember it, Albedo's datamined signature item ability is called Guardian Overseer. At plus 30, it's gonna give plus 45% defense and plus 25% attack to each dimensional, for each dimensional in the formation, stacking up to 3 times. I'm gonna ignore the speculation about how good exactly it is with Ainz and whether he can perform without her, but even without him, this effect is a huge change in the meta. So for hidden meta shifts, let's start with Ezio. Up to Pathseeker and Shazam's compiled data, we know that Ezio is used for over 70% of Chapter 35 replays pre-Albedo. Now the biggest issue Ezio faces right now is gonna be he has a hard time bringing the enemies down to his old range. As my dedicated watchers know, Ezio's furniture item is mistranslated. The plus 3 allows him to clear himself of all stuns and CCs when he can kill. The issue is that he usually doesn't get to that range in campaign. Now with Albedo, there's a high probability this will change. Not only will she CC and protect him long enough for him to land damage, but she's also going to grant him almost double the attack, allowing him to effectively handle enemies and probably pull off wins that otherwise he just couldn't before. Now when you're talking about replacing a hero in a set where Rowan, for example, is a slot that's used instead, you know this is going to be a big change in terms of endgame impact. Another one's going to be Naka, who's a hybrid hero with great CC, some dodge and decent damage. She will probably be a flex pick that's easy to fit with Albedo, granting her mainstream viability both as a hero that gives the buff and enjoys it. Now this might be all I have to say, but let me repeat the part where I said mainstream viability. If I didn't emphasize it enough, it's a great indirect buff for her. She's going to be one of Albedo's best friends. Another one that's a best friend but definitely a unique case is going to be Arthur. Now you all know Arthur is broken, so you might be telling me, he goes in all Albedo sets. But I speculate that he obviously enjoys the defense and he can be the dimensional needed to give other dimensionals the buff, but then again he's not a hero that usually needs defense a lot. He usually stays up through the fight. He usually loses if all his friends die and then he can't pull off DPS, and I don't think the DPS buff is going to be that relevant for him. So since he's going to be so strong, it's going to be an easy hero to fit into Albedo sets, but I predict in endgame campaign he might actually find himself in separate sets with Gwyneth instead of Albedo. Ukyo is an interesting case where I'm not completely sure where he places. I don't want to tell you based off just my own speculation. As a support, he's mostly CC reliant is what we know. So the buffs won't make a big change in that department, I don't think. But with his furniture, we've already anticipated with the meta change, it could be a niche carry. Now about that, most of this DPS is still blocked behind an accuracy wall. Obviously his furniture making his attack scale faster and faster, he does more damage. But then again, maybe the Albedo buff be exactly what he needs to pull that off consistently enough. Maybe not. I'm not really certain. So that's one of the things we'll really have to wait, test, and see. Now, Dimensionals aren't the only heroes that enjoy these changes. With the rise of Dimensional heroes that go with them are gonna go up in relevancy. So obviously, Gwyneth Arthur Albedo is something that we'll see experimentation with. Rosalind buffing Ainz scaling is another one. I do want to mention another one that's gonna be Gorvo, possibly buffing Albedo's shields up to his translation. We don't exactly know up to that one. And this is just for campaign. Would you guys like a PvP video just for speculation? Let me know below. Subscribe to stay up to date with all these changes. And I've been Linker. Peace.